What's up, motherfuckers? Agent Mad Hat here. I have not did a political rant on YouTube in 3 years or more. So, amidst sipping on a motherfucking 40, I felt like the need to do a goddamn political rant on YouTube because fuck you. Alright. So, the last political video I made I ended up deleting because I replayed it and it sounded a little bit fucking stupid to me. But it was before the election happened, and unless you've been hiding under a rock for 4 years, you know that Donald Trump is the president. So how has he done so far? Is it as bad as I thought that it was going to be? Has he done any good things that are worthy of note? Well, let us dissect. He hasn't started World War III yet, so give him credit for that. I thought that would have been. I thought he would have did that by now, either purposefully or accidentally. I thought that would have happened by now. I thought that there would be some nuclear activity before his first term was over. Kudos to Donald Trump for not starting World War III. So how's his presidency been so far? Well, it's been a fucking dumpster fire. To be honest, our whole political system has been a goddamn dumpster fire for a long time, but especially since 2016, it's just been one big fucking garbage fire. The nation is more divided than ever before. And so, thus comes my political rant, because even though the Democratic establishment claims that they hate Trump and that Trump is so dangerous and that he's the most dangerous president we've ever had, and yet many of them voted to give him a bloated military budget, and yet they compromised their position over and over, and they're doing these impeachment ceremonies. Is it a ceremony? It is a fucking ceremony, because it's just a way for the Democratic establishment to say out loud, we fucking hate you. The same thing as when the Republicans impeached Bill Clinton for a blowjob that he got in the Oval Office. How's it going to turn out, this impeachment shit? It'll probably pass. The articles of impeachment will probably pass in the House of Representatives, but I guarantee you, I promise you, it will die in the Senate, and I promise you it will do more harm to the Democratic Party in the 2020 election than good. I swear and I fucking promise you that is the truth. They decided to bring articles of impeachment because he dug up dirt on Hunter Biden. Oh, that's a no-no. You can't go against the establishment, you fucking asshole. Don't do that. Oh, we're not going after you for... There's a myriad of things that are impeachable about Trump that don't even care to mention. But they go after him because he dug up dirt on the establishment candidate in the Democratic primary. Good fucking job to rile up all the Republican fucktards that are going to come out of the woodwork. More people are going to support Donald Trump because you're reinforcing their view that he's the anti-establishment candidate, this persecution complex by the conservatives. Good fucking job, you stupid, moronic pieces of donkey shit. Meanwhile, what's the fucking going on in the Democratic primary? Well, let's see. At the very beginning, when Bernie Sanders announced he was going to run again, there were uncovered meetings of a supposed Stop Sanders campaign that were uncovered by the New York Times and various YouTube news channels. So good on you. You're going to repeat 2016 again. You haven't. The Democratic establishment has learned fucking nothing. They're a bunch of spineless cretins, and that's why they lose. That's why they fucking lose. That's why the Republicans are in control of fucking domestic policy continuously, year after year, month after month. Republicans remain in control of domestic policy because they're committed to policy. They're not committed behind a certain establishment talking point. They're committed to policy. They don't want gun control to be implemented, and it's not implemented because they work rigorously. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about your background, about whether you're a party establishment member. They want what they want, and they work toward it. At least that's the positive thing I can say about the Republican establishment, is that they work for the policies that they want to be implemented. But the Democratic Party are a bunch of spineless slime buckets. You talk about universal health care, single payer. Well, where's the money going to come from? Well, I got a plan for where the money's going to come from. So once they can't use that fucking talking point, and this doesn't come from the Republicans, mind you, this comes from the goddamn Democratic establishment, the supposed liberal party, the left wing of politics in our country, the Democratic establishment. So when the you can't pay for it argument fails, what's the next thing that they go to? Freedom of choice. This is America and you have freedom, therefore don't eliminate private insurance. And even some of the most progressive candidates fall for this goddamn argument. It's fucking so damn frustrating. I admire Tulsi Gabbard, and I admire her foreign policy, and I admire her boldness to step up. And even though she's smeared every newscast that she goes on, and she's smeared as an Assad apologist, and she's smeared as a Russian plant, and she's called out and lobbed these cheap smears at her that have no basis in reality, but yet Tulsi wants to do single payer plus. This is a lie. This is a bad faith argument. The people that are making this argument do not care about choice. They care about the profits of big insurance. That's all they fucking care about. So don't give in to these slimy pieces of shit, because they don't care about choice. They don't care. I understand, Tulsi. I understand that you don't want to be perceived as being anti-freedom and anti-choice, and you don't want to be perceived as forcing someone to do something. But please understand that this is not an argument that's being made in good faith. This is a propaganda technique. This is a lie. This is nothing more than another cheap smear on the same level as calling you an Assad apologist. This is an outright travesty, a complete lie. What does choice matter when you are going to condemn people to death if they don't have private insurance. Private insurance companies are the fucking mafia. They are mafia. It has no business being involved in our healthcare. Private insurance, the profit motive should not be involved in healthcare at all. But this is what you get in late era capitalism. I'm not an avowed extreme socialist. I don't have a label for where I am politically, but I know for the fact that you shouldn't be making money off of sick people, people with cancer and Alzheimer's and concussions and skulls split open that need brain surgery. You shouldn't be making money off of people dying. This is a no-brainer. This is not a complicated position to take. This is something that the rest of the developed world has in its system automatically. There is no room for private insurance because they will fuck everything up. They are after money. Do you not fucking understand? Oh, did I forget to mention that Trump has been putting kids in cages and separating from their parents? Oh, how could I fucking forget? Did I mention that after months of pretending to be anti-interventionist and anti-war, he got bamboozled and tricked by the intelligence community and the establishment into militarily striking Afghanistan, not pulling out of Afghanistan, not pulling out of Syria, striking Syria, going harder towards war. After months and months of pretending that he's anti-war and pretending that he's anti-interventionist, it's all a lie. He's a fucking liar. This guy is a liar. He can support his policies or not support his policies, but let's forget about the grab him by the pussy. Let's forget about him being a douchebag. Let's forget about the superficial shit and let's focus on his policies. He's lying to you. He is not a representative of the poor and downtrodden, of the working class. He's a liar. He's working for rich people. He's working for himself to gain power, to gain recognition, to gain publicity. He doesn't give a fuck about you. You're a poor working class coal miner in a rural factory town where if one factory closes, your whole town's employment is in the shitter. He doesn't give a fuck about you. I understand the frustration. I come from a fucking small town too. I've seen factories close down and people lose their jobs and people lose their houses because of things like NAFTA. But yet Trump is not your savior. He's not your champion. He's a liar. I hear people saying he's done such a good job. How? And nobody that I've verbally heard in real life make this argument is any better off than they were in the Obama years. Not even by the hair of my dick. None of them. But they say this and repeat this talking point that they heard on Fox News or that they heard on the internet or that they heard from fucking Alex Jones or wherever the fuck they get their information from. You're not better off. The average person is not better off than they were before. They're not better off in the Trump years than they were in the Obama years. You are being sold a line. You bought it hook, line, and sinker. I don't want to name call and call you stupid, but goddamn, can you just open your eyes and wake the fuck up for a minute and understand that Trump is not your friend. He is not your friend. He is not on your side. He is an egotistical fucking douchebag. But the Democratic establishment is no different. I've got as much hatred and vitriol to spew at them as I do at Trump because they're a bunch of spineless pussies. Look at Elizabeth Warren, who pretended to be Medicare for all, and she rolls it back into her two-step plan and this fucking convoluted, complex, stupid shit that she does to play it safe, to pretend that she's to start morphing herself into Hillary Clinton 2.0, so that she doesn't have to take a stance one way or another on the healthcare issue, so that she can try to appease both sides. Oh, and I've been celebrating over the fact that Kamala Harris, I thought she was going to be Bernie's main threat because she paraded herself as this progressive. I was the first to sign off on Medicare for all, but guess what? She backed out on it. She rolled it back and backwalked her fucking progressive shit. And all she had to go on when it's all said and done is that I'm black and I have a vagina. If you're a minority of any case, the Democratic establishment is going to pretend to be woke. And if somebody goes against you, it's because they're racist. Well, they prefer the old white man to the black woman. Why do you prefer the white guy? Because the old white guy has consistently fought for the rights of working class people. He's for 30 plus years fought for universal health care, for gay rights, for workers' rights. This doesn't have nothing to do with the fact that he's white or that he has a penis. It's about policy, you fucking dipshit. Policy. Do you not like Pete Buttigieg but you don't like him because he's gay, I bet. No, I don't give a fuck whether he's gay or straight. What I give a fuck about is that he's slimy. Look at his ads coming out against free college. But we can't do free college because then we'd be giving free handouts to the wealthy. Oh, suck a cock. Go shove a fucking cock in your mouth and drink the AIDS-infested semen from it, you goddamn slime bucket. That is not an argument. It has to be universal. We've already got enough division. Can you imagine? Look at what's happening with welfare. Look at what's happening with food stamps and how people condemn the poor because the rich can't attain access to these services. They want to make it 20 million times worse. Then go ahead and give free college only to the poorest of the poor. Fucking stupid moron. You stupid, elitist, slime bucket piece of shit. Now, who's the front runner of the national polls? Who's the front runner of the national polls for the Democratic primary? Joe, I'm not a Nazi Biden. That was his whole fucking campaign launch video, was how that he's not a Nazi, that he wouldn't have said what Donald Trump said about Charlottesville. And look at the speeches that he gives. They're talking about you need to turn on, black parents need to turn on the TV and the record player so their children can hear words. You can see creepy videos of him, lovingly and creepily reminiscing about how children at the pool when he was a lifeguard he got hairy legs that turned blonde in the sun, and kids used to run water and rub his legs and watch the hair pop back up. Fucking stupid moron. Creepy, stupid moron. And I hate to insult him because I really do feel like there's something mentally wrong with him. But this is the guy that as a last resort, the establishment is going to fall behind. They're going to line up behind this motherfucker. They're going to try to shit on Bernie and cheat him out of the election again. They smear Tulsi Gabbard all the fucking time. Every media appearance she has, she gets asked about Assad, and she gets these stupid questions. Want to go for Tulsi. For one thing, she fucking kneecapped Kamala Harris's campaign, and I'm so proud of you, Tulsi, for not backing down. Not just for kneecapping Kamala's campaign. I know that Tulsi's not watching this fucking video, but if some perchance that she ends up watching this, good on you for not falling in line behind the fucking establishment. Good on you for keeping on representing peace and non-interventionism. Good on you for any time somebody asks you about Assad to not cave in and not apologize and not buy in to these cheap, stupid, fucking corporate, military, industrial complex smears that they lob at you. And look at Trump again, if he really gave a shit. Remember back on the campaign where WikiLeaks started releasing emails from Hillary Clinton and John Podesta and blah, 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 the Democratic establishment, how that Trump would say over and over again how much he loved WikiLeaks? Well, guess what? He's got the power to pardon Julian Assange right now, but he won't fucking do it because he's a coward and a fucking liar. He cares about things that benefit him. And if you think he is anything more than an egotistical, insecure play actor that will say anything he wants, he's just like any other politician, except that he's a douchebag, except that he doesn't try to put on this nice, friendly face. He is what he is, and he's authentically a douchebag. Other politicians are douchebags and slime buckets, and they try to hide it. He's an honest slime bucket. Let me remind you of the words of George Carlin when he was talking about Bill Clinton and why America elected Bill Clinton. But he said, Americans like their bullshit right out in front where they can get a good, strong smell of it. They elected Bill Clinton because he was right out in front and said, I'm completely full of shit, and how do you like that? They wouldn't elect Bob Dole because he kept saying, I'm a plain and honest man. No, bullshit. People don't believe it. But if you let them know right out in front that you're full of shit, they will elect you because American masses are fucking morons. Morons. Stupid fucking morons. The majority of this country are morons. Stupid fucking imbeciles. I just pronounced it imbecile. Fuck you. It used to shame Trump voters on these YouTube videos, but that's not helpful, and I understand that it's not helpful, but I just beg you to understand how fucking insecure this dude is and how this guy should not be the president of the United States. Look at what happened with I forgot the name of the hurricane now, but from all weather reports, the hurricane was going to go up through the East Coast. And I don't remember exactly what all states were supposedly impacted in the projection map. But however, Donald Trump made a slip up and a mistake and started talking about and included Alabama in his comments about the hurricane. He was pointed out by the National Weather Service and several other people/entities that Alabama will not be affected. This is a mistake. You've made a mistake. Alabama won't be affected. Trump turned this into a Twitter war, culminating in the fact that he held up a prediction map that he or someone in his administration had said clearly, blatantly altered with a Sharpie to include a portion of Alabama to defend himself so that he would not have to admit that he made a mistake. I don't care. We don't care that you made a mistake. Alright? It's a mistake. It happens to the best of us. We slip up, we make a mistake, we're embarrassed about it, and we move on. But this guy actually went to the lengths to show and display an obviously altered prediction map from the Weather Service that included Alabama. It was so obvious. There's no way that wasn't. It was a obvious, blatant Sharpie marker circle on it. What the fuck are you that insecure about? It's a mistake. Just say I made a mistake. Say it with me. I fucked up. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. It's not that hard. I fucked up. I made a mistake. Alabama will not be affected. Thank you for correcting me. I was misinformed. But this guy's skin is so thin, and he's got such an ego problem that he can't even admit that he was wrong, that he has to go to the length to display an altered map that you know is altered, that's not even altered well, that's blatant Sharpie markered on, because he's such an egomaniac that he cannot admit his mistakes. Even a simple mistake. This is a simple mistake that it would have taken 2 seconds to correct, and it would be over. Any other president could go up in front of the nation. Even presidents I hate, like President Bush, could go up in front of the nation and say, I told Alabama that I misled Alabama to say that the hurricane was going to be affecting them. I thought, and I was mistaken, that the hurricane would be. I thought the prediction path included Alabama, but the National Weather Service informed me that I was wrong. I apologize if I've caused any panic. I made a mistake. How hard is that? How fucking hard is that? Well, with Trump, it's impossible. It's not just hard, it's impossible. I've fucking rambled enough with this political shit. I'm gonna get off of here. I don't know if I'll upload this. If I do upload this, you can watch it, you cannot watch it. This has been very cathartic for me. I've enjoyed screaming and ranting. It's gotten a lot of this shit off my chest that I've been holding in for a few years. So, if you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. To all 3 of the people who watched this video, thank you for giving me the time of day and taking any kind of stake in my opinion. Peace, motherfuckers.